So I'm watching Mia Culpa. It's a Tyler Perry movie. I should have. What more do you? So when I say 50 Cent's urban tales are not up to par, I get dragged and all this. I don't know what I'm talking about. And y'all, it was season 3, not season 2. You didn't watch it. Blah, 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 blah. Tyler Perry's Mea Culpa. Mea Culpa, if I remember, is basically the meaning of owning one's mistake. Oh, to own one's mistake. So once again, Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is peak urban mediocrity. Tyler Perry is peak urban mediocrity. I don't expect much from urban films because the majority of the time they are subpar. I don't know what it is about urban filmmakers. Why can't it be good? Right? But anywho, so Mea Culpa. Oh my God, this movie. Has anyone seen it? Has anyone seen it? Before I get to spoiling it, has anyone seen this Netflix movie, this trash movie with Kelly Rowland non-acting ass? That's why I think her walking off Good Morning America and all this was a ploy to drum up promotions and expectations for this movie. It's on Netflix. Anywho. Okay. So no one's seen it? Oh my God. Let me spoil it for you. So Mia, played by Kelly Rowland, is married to Cal. Cal lost his job as an anesthesiologist because he became addicted to the painkillers. The one scene, she pays all the bills. And she's like, what bill do you want to pay today? Because I'm trying to keep all this afloat. And she's like, you want to pay the mortgage? You want to pay the light bill? You want to pay this bill? You want to pay that bill? Which bill do you want to pay? Cal has a brother. Cal's brother, which is Mia's brother-in-law, is Chicago's DA. He's a DA in Chicago. This all takes place in Chicago. Now, the majority of it was filmed in Atlanta, but certain long shots, certain background shots, you see them at the river and all that, to give the Chicago vibe. Okay. Cal is the DA. Cal and I think his name is Rod, the brother, right? Their mother she's a white woman dying from cancer. The DA's wife is named Shalise. Shalise, I believe that's her name. Okay. Mia decides to take on the case to defend an accused killer named Zaire. Zaire, he played in Predators. Nope. He played in the Predator movie with the white dude. The last one they had, not the last one, the one Predator movie when the boy found the ship and the black Predator was looking for it. That one, he was one of the mercenaries. With Thomas Jane was in that one too. He was one of the mercenaries, right? He killed himself, sucked up in the engine. He played one of them crazy mercenaries. Okay, Zaire. Zaire is an artist. He's accused of murdering his Mexican girlfriend, which he refers to as a Mexican goddess, right? So there's this. Now, mind you, Rod, the brother-in-law, wants to prosecute this case. He wants Mia to step down because he wants to use this murder case conviction as his stepping stone to fight crime to run for possible mayor. Mia's like, no, I'm not stepping down. I'm going to defend this man. She goes to his place. He's all, yeah, so I'm really brooding and I'm just really sulky all the time and I talk like this in the movie. What you mean? I'm really mysterious and I paint women that I have sex with, blah blah blah, and I'm an artist and I have a motorcycle. He's like that. Worst acting ever. Worst dialogue ever. Kelly Rowland did a better job in Jason versus Freddy. Stop playing with me. Kelly Rowland was a better actress than Jason versus Freddy. Her acting is so stiff. You can tell when actors had just freshly memorized their lines. She does not convince you that she's an attorney. You never see her in a courtroom setting to display how great of an attorney she is. She works for this huge law firm. She has a huge office. She's a big dog. She has a white man come take her phone and code every time she goes to the office. So she takes his case. She goes to his loft to visit him, to see him, to kind of get a feel for things, and to feel if he really did it. He asks her questions. She does a discovery of evidence. She presents the evidence to him. She's like, look, it's looking pretty bad. Can you tell me some things about her and you? And then she plays a video on the phone of the dead girlfriend saying, please help me. He's going to kill me. Right? So then she goes over the crime scene with him. Now, mind you, the crime scene was in his loft. Somehow he's able to go back and live inside of his loft. Now, you and I, everybody knows if there's a crime scene in somebody's house, you're not going back to that house ever. Okay? If there's a crime scene in your place of residence, you're not going back to it. Somehow he's able to make bail and go back to his loft. So she presents all the pictures from the crime scene photo. She's like, hey, there's blood splatter and brain fragments here. And then there was a painting here where there was more brain fragments and blood splatter here. So not even 5 minutes of meeting his attorney, he's already trying to hit on her. So you're fighting a murder case of your dead Mexican goddess girlfriend. And you're trying to hit on this attorney lady in the same breath. Let's continue. He lives underneath a sex club. He's a sexual deviant. So they play this cat and mouse between the attorney and Mia. Meanwhile, Mia's family, her in-laws, all jump her. They're narcissists. They gaslight her. They hate her fucking guts. They play these games. They guilt shame her. Mia's husband Cal has no money, no job, but he spends exorbitant amounts of money on his dying mom that has cancer. And she's like, how are you? He's like, don't worry, I sold the piano. Sold their piano to buy their mom an expensive watch. Whatever. They show up unexpectedly. The mother-in-law talks to her crazy. The sister-in-law is no good, right? So she's basically 1 versus 6. So then the scene that everybody kept then once again, urban people, you're just done. You don't know what good story writing is. You just don't know nothing about good movies, TVs, nothing. You know nothing good. So what everyone kept talking about was the paint scene. So at one point Mia divulges to Zaire that, her marriage is on the rocks. He uses that, plays on that, and he's like, come here, paint, close your eyes and paint, close your eyes. And she walks off, whatever. So he's just kind of slowly wearing her down. And then at one point, she tells him to meet him at the office. He's like, no, I don't want to meet here. No, it's suits. And I feel constricted and confined. Meet me in my loft. She shows up 2 days later. And then he's paintings or whatever. He paints her picture, whatever the case may be. And some of this timeline I'm messing up on because I literally just watched this bullshit about 2 hours ago. So then Next time she goes to his place, he has this white woman. They're having sex, and he's looking at her, and she walks out. Down the elevator. He's getting head from the white woman. He's looking at Mia, and she's like, so she comes back. He's still having sex with the white woman. They leave together. Mia and Zaire go to his place, and they pour paint on each other and have sex on the on the floor on the big ass thingy majig with paint. Y'all been letting Tyler Perry play in y'all faces for 30 years. Y'all have been letting Tyler Perry play in y'all faces for 30 years. Let's continue. They wake up the next day. She still got paint on her. He's got paint on him. Kelly had a boob job. Well, like I said, acting is totally stiff. So then she discovers a painting of the dead girlfriend, and she flips out. She's like, "You lied to me, you lied to me, you lied to me, you lied to me." She at one point sent her brother Ray down to Mexico or Puerto Rico to find evidence to possibly free Zaire. So she drops the case. He drops him as a client. So then she's in Mexico, and she runs into the dead girlfriend. She tries to take her picture. The dead girlfriend sprays her with a cleaning agent, takes her phone. So the dead girlfriend, who we thought he is not dead. Oh no, that's not the worst part of this plot. Somehow she ends up back at the family house to confront. She calls her brother-in-law. "Hey, I just seen this bitch. She's not dead. She's alive." "What do you mean she's alive?" Blah, 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 blah. Come to find out, the brother-in-law hired the Mexican woman to set up Zaire because Zaire at one point slept with the brother-in-law's wife, Shalise. And Zaire only paints women he's had sex with. So they're all in the kitchen. It's the mother, Shalise, and the brother-in-law. They try to literally kill Mia. Shalise helps, but then she ends up getting killed by the mother-in-law. The brother-in-law and Mia fight over the knife, fight over the gun. She gets out the house. She runs down the street. She sees her husband Cal driving up. "Hey man, listen, they try to kill me, man. Get me out of here." He's driving back to the house. She's like, "What are you doing? Why are we going back to the house?" He slaps her in the face. And then he's like, "I never liked you," and blah, blah, blah. Oh, it was the DR? Okay, forgive me. Okay, we're splitting hairs, but okay. So he slaps her. He's driving her back to the house. She unbuckles his seatbelt, and she swerves into an oncoming semi truck. He ejects out the vehicle. She's alive. And then the cops show up and arrest everybody who's not dead. Zaire, the charges are dropped. Zaire gets out of jail. They interview him. He's like, "Is there a close up?" Thank you, Mia. Mia's off in the cut in a scarf and some Mary J glasses. In the video, "I'm not gonna cry no more." Talking about I was your secretary. So she's off in the cut, seeing the whole circus. And then as he drives off, he texts her, "Hey, thank you. Can I see you again, please?" And she walks by a garbage can and throws the phone in the trash. Stop letting Tyler Perry play in y'all faces. It's because of him he has conditioned you guys to not know what good storytelling is, what a good script is, what a good plot is. So when I say shit like, "Well, the Power series is subpar," what you talking about? When I say take pages from The Wire, take pages from Game of Thrones, take pages from Succession, take pages from Abbott Elementary, you wonder once again, to the guilty party that recommended this movie to me, your movie recommendation privileges have been suspended for 30 days. Okay.